Stay average, it's easier. No pressure, no discipline, no expectations. You can sleep in, waste time, make excuses, and no one will question you. Because average is normal, and normal is weak. Most people don't fail because they can't succeed. They fail because they choose comfort every single day. They choose the easy option, the safe path, the familiar routine, and slowly, without realizing it, they build a life they don't even respect. Look around. Most people are stuck. Same habits, same mindset, same excuses, different day, same life. And the worst part, they've accepted it. They've convinced themselves this is enough, that this is fine. But deep down, they know it's not, because there's a voice inside you that refuses to settle, a voice that knows you're capable of more. But you keep ignoring it. You silence it with comfort, with distraction, with delay, and every time you ignore that voice, you weaken it. You train yourself to stay average. Let me tell you something clearly. Average is not an accident. It's a decision you make daily. When you choose sleep over discipline, when you choose scrolling over focus, when you choose comfort over growth. That's how average is built. Not in one big moment, but in small choices, repeated every day. And here's the harsh truth. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to force you to improve. No one cares if you waste your potential. That responsibility is yours. And if you don't take it seriously, you will stay exactly where you are. Think about this. If you continue living the way you are right now, where will you be in 1 year? Same habits, same mindset, same excuses. Nothing changes because you didn't. That should scare you, because time is moving, whether you are or not. And every day you stay average, you fall behind, not others. Yourself, your potential, the person you could have been. This is why discipline matters. Not because it looks impressive, but because it separates you. While others are distracted, you are focused. While others are lazy, you are working. While others are talking, you are building. That's the difference. And over time, that difference becomes everything. But let's be honest, this path is hard. Waking up early when you don't feel like it. Working when you're tired. Staying consistent when nothing is exciting. That's not easy. That's why most people don't do it. They try for a few days, then go back to comfort. Because comfort is addictive. It feels good in the moment, but it destroys you slowly. It makes you weak, undisciplined, dependent. And once you get used to it, it's hard to break, but you have to. Because the longer you stay comfortable, the harder it becomes to change. You don't become strong by accident. You become strong by choice, by choosing discipline over and over again, even when you don't feel like it. Especially when you don't feel like it. That's where growth happens. Not when it's easy, but when it's hard. This is something understood deeply. He didn't wait to feel motivated. He acted out of duty, out of discipline, because he knew something most people ignore. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your habits. So if your habits are weak, your life will be weak. It's that simple. And right now, you have a choice. You can stay where you are. Stay comfortable, stay average, or you can change. But change is not easy. It requires sacrifice. It requires discipline. It requires you to let go of the version of yourself that keeps holding you back. That lazy version, that distracted version, that comfortable version. You have to kill it, not tomorrow, now, because the longer you wait, the harder it gets. There will never be a perfect time. You will never feel fully ready. That's the illusion. You start, Before you're ready, you act, despite how you feel. That's how disciplined people think. They don't wait, they move. And that's why they win. Because while others are thinking, they are doing. While others are hesitating, they are building. And slowly, they create a life most people only talk about. So ask yourself this: are you okay staying average? Are you okay wasting your potential? Are you okay living a life that doesn't challenge you? Because if you are, then nothing needs to change. But if you're not, then prove it. Not with words, not with motivation, with action. Because at the end of the day, your life is not built on what you say. It's built on what you do, daily, consistently, relentlessly. So stop choosing the easy path. Stop choosing comfort. Stop choosing average. Because average is crowded. Average is forgettable. Average is weak. And deep down, you know you're meant for more. So act like it, starting now. Now here's the part most people avoid, because it forces you to be honest with yourself. Staying average doesn't just happen outside. It starts inside your mind. It starts with the little lies you tell yourself every day. I'll start tomorrow. I'm just tired today. One break won't hurt. And slowly, those small lies become your reality. You don't notice it at first, but over time, they build a mindset that accepts less effort, less discipline, less standards. And once your standards drop, your life follows. This is why the real battle is internal. It's not about competing with others. It's about controlling yourself. Because the hardest thing you will ever do is go against your own comfort. Your mind will fight you every time you try to improve. It will look for shortcuts. It will create excuses. It will try to pull you back into old habits. That's not weakness. That's how the mind works. But strong people don't listen to that voice. They recognize it, and they act anyway. That's the difference. Average people obey their feelings. Disciplined people override them. They don't ask, "Do I feel like it?" They ask, "Does this need to be done?" And if the answer is yes, they do it. No negotiation, no delay. That's how control is built. One decision at a time. Another truth you need to accept is this: no one sees your struggle. No one sees the early mornings. No one sees the discipline. No one sees the sacrifices. And that's exactly why it matters. Because real growth is private. It happens when no one is watching. When there's no reward, no applause, no recognition. Just you and your decision to keep going. Most people quit here because they want validation. They want results fast. They want proof that it's working. But discipline doesn't work like that. It's slow, it's quiet, it's invisible in the beginning. But over time, it becomes undeniable. You think differently, you act differently, you live differently, and people will say, "You changed." But they didn't see the process. They didn't see the discipline. They only see the result, and that's why they don't understand it. Another thing you need to understand is this: you don't need more motivation. You need fewer distractions. Because your problem is not that you don't know what to do. You already know. Wake up earlier. Work harder. Stay focused. Be consistent. You know all of it, but you don't do it. Why? Because your environment is too easy, too comfortable, too distracting. Everything around you is designed to keep you average. Social media, entertainment, endless scrolling. All of it is pulling your attention away from what actually matters. So if you want to become different, you must live differently. Protect your focus. Remove distractions. Create structure. Because discipline is not about willpower. It's about design. Make it easier to do the right thing and harder to do the wrong thing. That's how you win. There will be days you fail, days you fall back into old habits, days where you feel weak, and that's okay. But what's not okay is staying there, because failure is not the problem. Staying down is. So when you fall, get back up immediately. No excuses, no overthinking. Just return to discipline. That's how you build consistency. Not by being perfect, but by refusing to quit. Now think about the version of yourself you want to become. Stronger, focused, disciplined, respected. That version is not built overnight. It's built daily, through choices, through actions, through sacrifice, and every day. You either move closer to that person or further away. There is no middle. There is no later. Only now. So the question is simple. What are you choosing today? Comfort or growth? Distraction or focus? Average or discipline? Because whatever you choose, you will repeat. And whatever you repeat will define your life. This is where everything changes. The moment you stop thinking and start acting. The moment you stop waiting and start doing. The moment you stop making excuses and start taking responsibility. That's when you break out of average. That's when you separate yourself. That's when you become dangerous, not to others, but to your old self, the version of you that was weak, the version of you that settled, the version of you that chose easy over effort. That version has to go, and only you can remove it, no one else. So don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for someone to push you. Push yourself, because at the end of the day, no one is coming. It's you, your discipline, your decisions, your life. And if you want something different, you have to do something different. Starting now, not tomorrow, not later, now. Because average is always available. Easy, comfortable, safe, but greatness, that requires effort. And the question is, are you willing to give it?